Hey guys, Technomentary here today to do a quick tutorial on how to quickly set up your iPhone 7 Plus and get to the home screen, and also to get service on your phone by, inserting your SIM card. So this is pretty straightforward. You can probably do this method with any iPhone that you have. First thing you want to do is kind of power on the phone by pressing and holding the power button on the side. Give it a few seconds, and when you see the Apple logo, release that power button and give it a few seconds to kind of boot up. Once it boots up, we should see kind of the language. To select a language, we'll select our language, select the country, and then set up manually. And then the next thing you want to do is kind of connect to a Wi-Fi. You can also connect it to your Mac or PC. So we'll go ahead and quickly set up using the Wi-Fi here. So once you enter your password to your Wi-Fi, it will kind of take a few minutes, or it shouldn't take a few minutes, but a minute or so to kind of activate the phone. This step is usually the longest part of setting up the phone. But once this complete, we'll go right into kind of setting it up. As you can see, first thing you see is data and privacy. So that's Apple's data and privacy. Notice we're gonna hit continue. And then the next thing it asks you to set up is the Touch ID. So this is the iPhone 7 Plus, so it comes with Touch ID. So we'll go ahead and kind of do continue, or if you didn't want it, you can also skip that component. So we'll quickly place our fingers a couple times over the home button so it can kind of start reading our fingerprint. Next thing we're going to do is kind of adjust the grip. So now this time it wants to kind of figure out all the grips that is on your finger. Once that, you'll see it complete. You want to continue. Next thing you want to do is set up a passcode. So there's a couple options here. You can do 4-digit or alphanumerical code. We'll just do the 6-1 default. Just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since this is an easy one, it gives us a warning to do a complex one, but for our tutorial purposes, we will just use this simple one. So let's just hit use anyway, but you do want to select a complex one when you're setting it up, and make sure that you can remember that as well. So once you get that down, so there's a couple ways to get data back to this phone. Either you can do a new setup, which you won't transfer any data, or you can kind of restore from your iCloud backup. You could do a backup from your Mac or PC using iTunes directly from another phone. This is like one of the newer options where if you put your old device next to this new one, it can kind of it detects the phone and it will kind of have a pop-up come up. I'll do another video on that. And then you can also move data from Android. That's another option as well. So the next thing so we're setting up this just brand new fresh phone, so we won't do any of that. The next thing you want to do is kind of log in with your Apple ID that you have. It'll kind of ask for your Apple email and then the password. For the demo purposes of this one, we'll just go ahead and say I don't have one. If you don't have one, you can either create a new one, or if you forgot your password, of course, you can always have the option of resetting your password. So we can always set this up later in the settings. So that's what I'll select, don't use here. And then you have to kind of agree to the terms and condition, express settings. So this way it kind of does the express setting for you, or you can customize the settings. So we'll see just customizing the settings. So here it says keep your phone up to date. This is basically the iOS update that you would usually get on the phone. If you select continue, it'll automatically update the iOS, or if you want, you can manually do the update. So I'll select manually here. iMessage and FaceTime, same thing. If you want iMessage and FaceTime, you kind of need to log in with your Apple ID. We'll skip that as well. Location services, pretty straightforward. If you want location services, you would enable it or disable it. So we'll hit enable for now. Next thing you want to do is set up Siri. So if you were to click continue, it'll kind of ask you to do 5 commands so that Siri recognizes your voice, but we'll skip that for now and kind of do that later in the settings. Screen time, kind of metrics and analytics around how much you use the phone on what apps, if you want to get that metrics. We'll skip that as well. Phone analytics, so this is like for the phone to kind of report any bugs or issues it's having back to Apple. If you want to share that data, I usually don't share that, so I say don't share. So the next thing is appearance. If you want light versus dark, so if you did dark, you'll get the dark appearance, of course, and then the light one. We'll just do light one by default, and then hit continue. Home button, you can also customize the way you press the home button. That's another option they give you. We can always do that later, so I'll do later in the setting. And then there's two zoom options. As you can see, one is a standard and the other one is zoomed, which is bigger text. If you need that bigger text on your phone, we'll just do the standard one, hit continue. And then finally you should see welcome to the iPhone. We'll hit get started, and as you can see, it kind of got us to the home screen, and we've just got to give it a second or two kind of to apply all the settings. Since I put in a passcode, it automatically asks for that passcode, so put in the passcode right off the bat, or you can even use your touch ID. The next thing I wanted to show you guys is kind of putting in the SIM card and to get service and data on your phone. So it's pretty straightforward. You'll see on the side of the phone is a SIM tray. The phone should come with kind of SIM ejector. If you don't have this, take a paper clip or earring. Just make sure you can just pop that in there nice and firmly, and it will pop out the SIM tray. Take that out. Take your kind of SIM card that you have. The key over here to is match up this corner that's cut to the SIM tray. So you'll see four of the corners and one of them is cut. You want to place that on top just like this with the logo of your carrier up there, and then insert it right back in. The key is the hole here. You're gonna match that up and firmly press it in. It should be flush on the side, and it should start searching for your carrier, and you should be able to get data and service on your phone. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys thought this video was helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more future videos. Till next time, see you guys.